home now, where lying on your CV could land you in jail. A new law could see South African job applicants who are dishonest jailed for up to 5 years. Well, the National Qualifications Amendment Bill was recently passed by the National Council of Provinces. And we're joined this morning to tell us more by South African Qualifications Authority CEO Joe Samuels, who's in Pretoria for us this morning. Joe, good morning, and thanks for your time this morning. So I would imagine that the problem is quite serious. It's widespread and having a serious impact for us to now be, for the President to be considering signing this into law that will see people going to jail.
Yeah, it is a very serious matter, Yuveka. I think, as you correctly point out, it is not a law yet. It is a bill, and it is now on its way to the President for him to sign it into law. Once he has signed it into law, then obviously, the law will come into effect. The law basically addresses the whole question about qualification fraud. What the law does, the law makes a distinction between two things. One, it says that when people misrepresent their qualifications, SAQA is able to set then up a register of misrepresented qualifications. What we then do is if we find the qualification is misrepresented, we will then bring that to the attention of the law enforcement agencies, and a court of law is the only one that can declare qualification fraudulent. So we will then, once the law has done that, once the court of law has done that, we will then set up a register for fraudulent qualifications. So it is quite important, that people, one, don't misrepresent the qualifications because it can be seen as that, and also it can also be seen as fraudulent if it's declared so by the law. The other point I need to make also, Yuveka, is that once, when we are dealing with this matter, individuals will have a right, to interact with us and to make representation, so that, we don't put their names falsely onto the registers, either of misrepresented qualifications or fraudulent qualifications. But the point that you're making, it is 100% correct. I think that the government is taking it very seriously, and the Minister of Higher Education and Training, who was the person who made sure that this law went through, or this bill went through Parliament, is very serious about this matter.
Joe, what are the kinds of lies that could land you in jail? I mean, everybody, at some point or the other has embellished, has polished, has made themselves look a little more important than what they really are. But what are the kinds of lies that could actually land you behind bars?
Well, look, firstly, what the bill is saying is that it defines what is an authentic qualification. And an authentic qualification in South Africa is a qualification that is registered on the National Qualifications Framework that SAQA is overseeing. Secondly, that the provider must be an accredited provider. Now, in terms of the NQF Act, we have got 3 quality councils, and those quality councils are responsible for the accreditation of providers. So the provider must be accredited. And then the third thing is that the qualification must be lawfully awarded to the individual. So in other words, Joe Samuels can't claim that he has got a PhD in education, for example, because I don't. So what I'm saying is that it is really in relation to, what is an authentic qualification. Also, this bill does not only focus on individuals, it also focuses on institutions. So if institutions would claim that they are accredited to offer a particular qualification, this bill also addresses that particular problem.
So that would be somebody who's gone to what seemed to be a credible institution, some type of college, and we've had those fly-by-nights. We've been warning about them for years now. You would hold the institution responsible and not the actual student? Is that what would happen?
Yeah, what I'm saying is, you see, if, for example, you are an innocent student, and an institution, now says to you that they have got the accreditation to offer a particular qualification. They tell you that the qualification is registered on the National Qualifications Framework. If they make that false claim, the bill makes provision that they can also be pursued.
Okay, and then very quickly for us, Joe, once they've actually spent time in jail or they've been caught, what happens then? Will they never be allowed to apply for a job or submit the CV again, or what? Or are they allowed to make amends afterwards?
No. Of course, if there is, it allows for people to make amends, as it were. Look, what the penalties in the bill is talking about is that a person can be jailed for up to 5 years, as well as the person could also get a fine. Or it can be either of that, and also an institution that claims falsely that they are, that the qualifications that they're offering is accredited. There's also the penalty also states that they will not be able to open a business for the next 10 years. So it is a fairly serious matter.
All right, thanks very much for that. You've been warned. That's the CEO of the South African Qualifications Authority. That's Joe Samuels, our sport